What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update for you guys. A few bits and pieces to get through, and let's start off with some outgoings, rumours from Dan Kilpatrick, and let's see what he's had to say. He said Steven Bergwijn, Harry Winks and Joe Rodon all likely to seek regular first-team football elsewhere. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we need. We need these guys who aren't getting much first-team because of their quality. We need to find them new homes, because I don't think Conte is going to use them next season.
And he also says Tottenham are willing to listen to offers for Matt Doherty, Emerson Royale and Sergio Reguilon, which is interesting. Obviously, we did that video before about keep, loan and sell. We were talking about the right-back situation. And I brought up, maybe we can look to get rid of Emerson and Doherty and bring in two fresh new right-backs. And that looks like could be the case.
Depends, because Doherty's out for a long time, isn't he? So... whether anyone comes in for him is a big question mark. Obviously, if we do, as I said in the video, if we get a good offer for him, I think we would probably consider it. So I think we can let go of both of them and bring in two. But then again, maybe we're listening to offers for both in the hope that only one we get for one, and then we sign one.
Could be the case, yeah.
That could definitely be the case. And Reguilon, yeah, I mean, we've heard from a few sources now that Reguilon's definitely up for sale. So it looks like Conte's seen enough.
And finally, he says Spurs could sign two defenders, particularly if there are attractive offers for Davinson Sanchez or Japhet Tanganga.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope it would be two, irrespective of that, you would think. But then I guess maybe they're thinking with Tanganga and Sanchez, let's cover for two positions. And obviously with Rodon going, maybe we wouldn't need two if we kept both Sanchez and Tanganga. But Sanchez, I think you can get good money for him. But yeah, Japhet, it sounds like they would be prepared to sell.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Harry Kane now. Dan Kilpatrick saying that Harry Kane is happy for Spurs to open talks over a new contract when he returns for pre-season training, which is music to all our ears. Obviously, we all know what happened a year ago with the whole Man City stuff, and he wasn't happy at Spurs. Spurs weren't going in the right way. And we always held that kind of thought that if the club was going in the right way, this could come about. Yeah,
and obviously we offered him a contract, didn't we? Spurs offered him a contract. We offered him a contract just at the beginning of last season, but after his protracted move failed and we wanted to tie him down. He wasn't obviously open to it back then for obvious reasons. But there's no reason why now he shouldn't be, especially if Conte's committed and he's going to sign. There's no reason why he shouldn't sign a contract, and with 2 years left, he'll look for a bit of a pay increase as well. If he signs a contract, that goes a long way to Kane being here for the rest of his career, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on. Let's talk about Bissouma now of Brighton. Gary Jacob of the Times saying that Tottenham have renewed their interest in Yves Bissouma, who is expected to cost around £30 million. Obviously, I was quite hesitant to want Bissouma because of all of those allegations that were surrounding him, but I believe that's all behind him now.
I'm unsure about some. I've heard conflicting things. Some people say he's been cleared. Some people say he's still under investigation. So look, I'm sure Tottenham aren't idiots, right? I'm sure, well, you never know, but I'm sure Tottenham have done their due diligence, you would assume. If they're really going to pursue a lot of things, wouldn't you? If they're going to pursue Bissouma, you would assume that especially with what's happened with Greenwood and everything, you would assume that they would take that into account because he's under investigation, or was under investigation for essay, which people will know what that means. So I don't know. I mean, if he has been cleared of any wrongdoing, then I think he's a fantastic centre mid, and he would massively improve us. I think he's dribbling, passing range. He's got a good shot on him as well. I think he's been brilliant for Brighton this season. I think he's been a great signing, and I think he would definitely improve on midfield. And at 30 million as well, it's a very good price. For someone of his quality. But it depends on all the other things, I guess.
I'm always so impressed when he comes and plays against us. I mean, he always has a great game, doesn't he? And he's always dominating that midfield. Even in the game where in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, when we played them earlier on in the season, I think it was in the Cup when we beat them. I mean, he was unbelievable that day. I mean, he was the only player of Brighton that actually turned up that day, but he was unbelievable, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was great, and he scored as well. I think he's a great talent, and I think he's very consistent in Brighton's centre mid, and he's definitely usually head and shoulders above the opposition a lot of the time. So I think he'd be a fantastic signing for Spurs. But I guess it depends. We have to wait and see what people say about what's happened to him, about all the external things.
All right, let's talk about Gleison Bremer now of Torino. Dan Kilpatrick saying that Tottenham are confident of competing with Chelsea for the centre-back Gleison Bremer, but Corriere dello Sport saying that Bremer is increasingly destined for Inter Milan, but before signing the defender, Inter must make money. The most immediate offers will come for Alessandro Bastoni, and Tottenham do lead the race in that one.
Yeah, and Alfredo Padula said that Bremer has chosen Inter Milan, and that he waits for Inter to complete the deal or something to that effect. So he was obviously, Alfredo Padula was the one who broke the Conte news at first. I'm pretty sure that was him.
Was it him?
Pretty sure.
I'm not sure if it was.
Well, I think he was one of the first anyway. I'm not sure whether we're being linked with him because we're trying to force Inter's hand with the Bastoni deal or not. I think that he would be a very good signing in the centre of the centre back role. He's very aggressive, like a bit like Romero in how proactive he is.
Got Defender of the Year, didn't he?
Yeah, he just got Serie A Defender of the Year, so it would be two in a row for Spurs. So I'm very interested, but I wouldn't want to sacrifice potential of signing Bastoni to get him in.
And talking of Bastoni, let's talk about him for a little bit. Corriere dello Sport saying that Tottenham are in pole position now to sign Bastoni. Inter Milan's initial asking price is 70 million euros, but the feeling is that the deal could be closed for something less than that.
Yeah, and I mean, if that's true, then we have to get him through the door because he's an unbelievable prospect. He's been brilliant for Inter Milan for the past 2 years. Conte was the one who brought him through as well at Inter, so he definitely has that connection there.
Yeah, and he had high words to speak about Conte, didn't he, Bastoni, early on in the year.
But he is an Inter boy. He came through Inter Milan. He absolutely loves Inter Milan, so he's going to be difficult to prize him away from that. Especially, he won the league and they finished second, so it's not like he's not challenging for big things over Inter, is it? So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out.
Let's talk about Dane Scarlett now, because this is an interesting one from Samuel Luckhurst of the Manchester Evening News. And he says, Man United inquired about Spurs striker Dane Scarlett before he signed his new contract earlier this week. The cheek, the absolute cheek of them.
Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Stay away from Dane Mbappe. He's our star boy.
He's our diamond.
Yeah, look, the fact they're interested in him means he's got a big future, surely. And this is obviously coming out from the United side, so they wouldn't have put it out unless there was some truth to it, you would think. You'd have thought. So it just goes to show the potential that he's believed to have in him, which is unbelievable. I can't wait to see how he does in the on a potential loan if he does go on loan next season. Apparently it was because he had his contract was running out, wasn't it? So he could have potentially spoken to them, but thankfully when they did get in touch with Spurs, they already confirmed he's signing a deal, just hadn't been announced yet. So I'm looking forward to what Dane's got, Scarlett's got in the future, but he's still got a lot of developing to do.
All right, let's talk about Tanguy Ndombele now. Julian Maynard is saying that Tanguy Ndombele will not stay in Lyon despite an option to buy, which is... Look, I think that when we spoke about this kind of deal in January, when he left, we all said that there's no chance Lyon take up that option. It was way too much.
Definitely considering how he's played.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely now, since he hasn't pulled up any trees there. We know from our sources that Conte's worried about kind of being able to shift Tanguy Ndombele this summer. So it's not great news, is it?
Well, Alistair Gold just did an article and he said that it is fairly likely, if we can't shift him, that we're looking at another loan deal for Ndombele this summer. Because, look, he's still got another... he signed a big contract, didn't he? Was it 6 years or something?
I think he's got 2-3 years left.
He's got three. If he signed a 6-year deal, he's got 3 years left. So still got a long way to go. It's going to be difficult to get him the money that we want for him. So, and also he's on 200 grand a week, got to remember, wages wise. So you're probably looking at Tottenham, if you really want rid of him, giving him away for free and paying a part of his wages. You know what I mean? That's probably what you're looking at, unfortunately, right now. So it's a difficult situation. But hopefully it can be resolved. If it's another loan deal, so be it. But I think it's probably best he's not around the club if he's not getting the game, not getting involved.
Any way back for him? Any way?
Look, with his quality, you never know because he's got such an amazing ability. And especially in a 3-5-2, I definitely think he can suit that system. I don't think 4-3-4-3 he's got it in him. But a 3-5-2, he showed, I remember one game against Liverpool, he was brilliant. So, I don't know. I think it's unlikely. But if he really can't find a solution, then he'll have to be put in the squad. So you never know. Weirder things have happened.
Like Nketiah getting 100 grand a week.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, unbelievable.
Brian Hill, last but not least, this is from Marca and Valencia have contacted Tottenham to extend Brian Hill's loan for another season. However, Spurs want him to join a team playing European football, so the winger's value doesn't depreciate.
Valencia not in European football, are they?
Apparently not, no.
Well, I think game time's more important. I think. I don't know if there's any truth to that Tottenham need him to be in a team of European football, but I don't see how that makes sense. Like, what if he goes to a team in European football and they give him less game time? Then his value would depreciate. So you just want to go somewhere where he's going to play. Obviously, you want him in a decent team like a Valencia, who are obviously going to be challenging for the top half or have ambitions for getting into Europe. You don't want him to go back to a team like he was when he signed for Tottenham. I can't remember what team it was now. Was near the bottom of the league. You want him in a better team, but I don't see why European football would be a necessity. It doesn't make sense to me.
All right. Well, that is your Tottenham update. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we brought to you today. We'll be back tomorrow for some more content. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.